Once you've got your orchestration finished and ready to go, there's 3 steps you need to take in order to actually make sure it's going to run smoothly and the way that you want it to. The first step is to just activate the orchestration, and we can do that by clicking the Activate button right up here in the top right corner. The second step is to add the work guide component to any relevant record pages. So we know that this is a record-triggered orchestration, and for every interactive step, we specified a record page on which we want that work step to show up, where the user will complete the associated screen flow. The first thing you're going to want to do is just look through your orchestration and make sure every record page is set to the same page. Now, it doesn't have to be, but in this case, we want it to be, so we check that it's set to the record, and we're specifying the same record's ID. And we can see that in all the steps, we've put the proper record. Now, if you want to have different record pages, that's fine. You'll just need to repeat this step for each of those record pages where you want your orchestration to show up. So since we want all of our work guide steps to show up on the same record page, what we can do is hit back, and we're going to need to make some edits to the case page. So we can do this by going to App Launcher, looking for our cases page, and we want to actually modify the page that we see when we click on a case. So let's just click on one of these cases. And as you can see, we've got the work guide component right here. This is what you need to manually add in before you can start your orchestration. If you don't do this, anytime a user gets assigned an interactive step, they won't have any way of completing it. So the way to add this in is by clicking Settings and Edit Page. Then what you want to do is look under Components for Orchestrator Work Guide. Let's remove this for now just to show you how that would work. You take the Orchestrator Work Guide and you drag it wherever you want on the page. I like to keep it in the top right corner. It's easy to see, shows up right where I want it to, and I can still look at the details of the case while I'm completing an assigned work item. So now that we've dragged that in, all we need to do is save the page. The final step in making sure your orchestration is going to run properly is specifying a process automation email for your Salesforce org. If you've used flows in the past, you've probably already done this before, but if you haven't, the way to do this is to click on the gear icon and go to Setup. And from there, you want to go to Process Automation on the left, and then Process Automation Settings. From here, the second field, Automated Process User Email Address, is the email address you're going to want to set, because this is where all of the orchestration-related emails are going to originate from. So when you start an orchestration and it has an interactive step, when that interactive step runs, this email is the one that's going to send a notification to that user saying, hey, you've got some work to complete, so please go to this record page and do it. So you can set your email as an admin, or if you have some sort of standard company email that you think is appropriate for this, this is where you want to set it.